Welcome back, Dale Myers with Vision Advance. Today we're going to be talking about how to achieve long-term success. So now this video is for you if you're the average individual, the ultra successful individual, a business owner who's trying to get off the ground or maintain some level of success. Because so first we do have to reach the short-term successes, but today we're going to be talking about how do you sustain success. And I will go ahead and tell you it's mostly about you or the strategic leadership that you have in place. Now, this is true for you, how do you get personal success. This could be talking about how you reach success as a family, as a community, as a business. All of these things do apply. Although later on we are going to talk specifically about businesses, but all of these things apply. Now, to reach long-term success, it's mostly about us, the individual, the leadership, leading ourselves, leading our homes, leading our communities. It's mostly about that. But it is related to competition. Competition in whichever environment you're dealing with. Obviously, in business, we're talking about what business are we in, who are our direct competitors, our substitute products and services. Knowing the health of our industry, that is important. In our personal lives, it's choosing how we choose to compete. Now, so I said personal, but again, that's definitely true for businesses as well. How do you choose to compete? On what areas are you seeking competitive advantage? So it is about competition, being strategic about how are we choosing, on which grounds are we choosing to fight? Are you going to go toe to toe with, say, like I was thinking about, literally, I was watching that movie, the series, The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan, the Bulls. It would be very difficult to beat Michael Jordan. But look at Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman said, I'm not going to be the best scorer. I'm not going to be whatever. He said he made a choice, a strategic decision to say, I am going to compete on defense, rebounding ability. That was his main source of competitive advantage. So he spent all of his time analyzing the best angles to get a rebound and things like that. I'm using a basketball example, but this is what we do in our personal lives. How are you going to compete? If you're a homeschooling mom, how are you going to compete? Are you going to choose what are you going to choose to be the best at? What are you choosing to make your focus? We have to make these decisions. We homeschool, so I run a couple of businesses. My wife has a business as well, but we also homeschool our kids. I choose to focus on their math and their science stuff. That's my baby. But also their personal growth and development. Being keen on developing the key characteristics of leadership that I believe that they are going to be successful. Even though I'm a football junkie, my son hadn't played football yet. I mean, he knows a little bit because his daddy makes videos about it. But the point is, I'm not pouring all of my energy into football and him. That's not that important to me. I'm choosing as a parent what to focus on. Again, these tenets apply for personal lives and business lives. So we talked about competition. Along the way, we started talking about skills. What skills do you need as a business owner to go to the next level? What skills do you need as an individual to get to the next level, to sustain competitive advantage? So it's competition. Where are you choosing to compete? What skills do you need based on the choice of competition? And then there is how efficient are you in getting things done, in using those skills? So you've made your choice of competition. How are you going to compete? You've identified the skills that you need to focus on. Now, how good that you are utilizing those skills in competition. So we're talking about how to develop long-term success. And again, what does the community need? What's the community focus? Who are we competing with? Who is the city competing with? The state, the nation. All of these things apply across organizations and individuals, okay? And then mindset. What's your mindset? What's the mindset of the leadership team? What's the mindset of the husband, the father in the household? What kind of culture are you growing within your family, within your neighborhood, within your organization? Is it a growth? Does the culture have a growth mindset? Is it a culture of accountability? What are the most important things? So I've kind of jumped out of order, but these are the things that we need to be considering. All right. So we're talking about long-term success, and we said we kind of, I guess I jumped right into it, but what is long-term success? Well, that depends. So I did a video before about a personal definition of success, and I will try to link that right around here somewhere. But your definition of success will vary based on your goals, what's important to you, and that's quite all right. We don't have to agree there. But you have to define your own definition of success. Now I've been giving you some strategies on how to achieve it. We talked briefly about it is important to get short-term success, but if we're going to talk about life and business, we know that this thing is up and it's down. It's up and it's down. So you have to have a system or a process, a series of processes in place in order to, rebound, to get back up and stay up as long as you can and shorten the next downturn. There's some other hills, there's some valleys coming. Let's try to make them less steep. That's what we're really trying to do here. All right. So now, what is essential for the long-term success of a company? Now, I'm saying company. Actually, you know what? Let me back up before we get there. If I could tell you the mistake that most people make, it is confusing the urgent and the important. This is true for all levels of leadership, individual and organizational. Those of us who want and will achieve long-term success, must come up with some form of differentiating, making sure we deal with the important stuff, whether or not it's urgent. All right, so first we need to distinguish, is it important or is it urgent? Urgent means it's pressing. It's something that's in my face. We can get caught up getting a lot done every day, but didn't get anything important done because we got a million hot items. Strategic leaders they make a decision of what is important for the goals of the organization, the family, the individual, me, what's important to me. I work on the things that are important, not necessarily urgent. So when we distinguish between we need to first work on the things that are important and urgent. Second, let's work on the things that are important but may not be urgent. These are the things that lots of people fall off on, individuals and organizations. Do you have a strategic vision for your family? Have you set goals for your family, your organization, your church, your community, your school? Have you set the goals? Have you come up with, again, we're talking strategic leadership here. But anyway, we're going to talk about that a little bit, but that's the important that are not urgent. They tend to fall by the wayside because we got all these fires going on, but we must be intentional. All right. The third one is the things that are not important, but they're urgent. These are the fires that are in our face every day. They're in our face. A lot of us work on those things. And the final category, the things that are not important, that are not urgent, we call those wants, and we get to them or we never get to them. We're not going to put them at the forefront. They go to the back of the bus, okay? All right. Again, the biggest risk for most of us are the things that we don't do the things that are important because they're not urgent. So pay attention to those in your life. And again, I guess, so I'm going to do a short summary here because I'm not trying to make a very long video. Strategic leadership for homes and organizations. You've heard, if you're familiar with me, you know what I'm getting ready to say. Set the vision. Long-term success is dependent upon a long-term vision. While you can't achieve short-term success without having a clear vision, a long-term success always follows a long-term strategic vision. This is also referring to goals to accomplish the vision, okay? The next thing, we have ways to measure our progress towards the goals. So we're measuring. We don't just set goals, we measure them. Put some time constraints on them. All right. And then the fourth is we analyze how well are we achieving. Are our set of assumptions still valid? Our personal life and business lives. Things change and can do so rapidly. So this is not a do it once kind of thing. This is a constantly evolving process. This one is huge. The culture. What's the family culture? What does your family stand for? What are the core values of your family, of your organization, your school, your business, your church, your community? What's the core values? Set the culture. The culture will then dictate what kind of people am I going to have around my family? What kind of people do I want within my community, within my school? With what kind of customers do I want? What kind of employees do I want to bring on hand? The culture also defines the mindset of the people I bring on. It defines how I'm going to treat the people that are in my organization, my family, my business, my church. A growth organization. Set the culture the correct way. It should be one of growth. That informs your hiring processes, invest in your talent, and then we're almost done, guys. Be strategic enough to say no. You must make the choice for long-term success. You can't please all customers. You can't please all people. Being willing to say no. And finally, we've sort of already talked about this, but how do you invest? What do you invest in based on what's important to you? How do you invest your time, your money, your other resources to get what kind of return? What's the return that you really want for yourself, for your community, for your organization? The strategic investment of resources. So, long-term success. If I will leave you with anything, it's focus on all of the things that are not important, the things that are important, not just the ones that appear to be urgent. Be a strategic leader. Set the vision, goals, measure the goals, revise based on our analysis of that measurement. Set the culture, use the culture to inform the hiring or the people that we have around us. So this has been a surefire way to achieve long-term success. This spans across organizations, long-term success for business, to get you even to the short-term successes that will become a predecessor of long-term successes. What's the area that you're choosing to focus on right now? What's going to be your area of emphasis of all the things that I said? Leave a comment below. Please thumbs up, like the video. My name is Dale Myers with Vision Advanced and Vision Shaper Consulting. You need help with your strategic guidance and vision setting, shaping where you're going, implementing your strategy. Feel free to give us a call. Again, Dale Myers. Thank you for joining me, and we'll talk soon. Take care.